Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of Supreme Ruler Ultimate as China. So, last episode, bought a whole bunch of new equipment, setting up a nice little expenditure of modernizing our military a little bit, aircraft, another battle group, some surface-to-air missile systems, tanks, armored infantry fighting vehicles, all that fun stuff. Next thing I wanted to do in this episode is do a little offensiveness in Malay here. They got some allies down here, and that's it right now. Actually, as you can see, I'm kind of saddened by the. Oh, they might be finally getting more support over here from the looks of it. A lot of their troops are trying to land here. I don't know if they're landing here and then trying to push out. I'm going to increase the speed here a little bit. See exactly what's going on here. See if NATO's been loading up troops just here. Yeah. They might be trying to do an offensive push there maybe first. I don't know. I am, to a degree, a little befuddled as to the exact plans of the Malaysian allies right now. I'm not seeing as much support as I thought I would see. And by that I mean there's almost no support for these guys whatsoever in the mainland. As we're seeing, it looks like they're kind of building up here. And we can't engage them because that's British Brunei. So, I mean, these guys can land here and then push this way and cut that in half. But I mean, our allies are helping with that. We're wiping out all their troops coming back from Europe. Since the one little discretion or groups that kind of cross the what's going on over here. So they have one armored unit there, one there, and a lot of troops. I wonder if people are giving them troops. That might be a possibility. And we're destroying them on their way into the country, possibly. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and push a little bit. We're going to try and push to about this. Let me get that line going here. Pretty much to this line. I want to threaten a little bit. And then we're going to withdraw back to our defensive line again. So the plan is these units here are going to push, stop here, and then turn around and come back. With that in mind, we're going to highlight them. And we're telling them to all go there first. And we're going to use this as our jump off point. Well, actually, technically this was our jump off point. This is our first embarkation. We're going to move, kind of get this area here, and then go from there. All these aircraft. Actually, multiples of them. You're going to go air patrol to there. Air patrol to there. Air patrol to there. Because it looks like they're starting to push out now too. Interesting. Ground units only. All ground units only are going to move over this way. These ones are going to move over here. And I just want them to support. Aircraft are going to do the majority of the work. We just want to kind of weaken them up a little bit. I want to suck in a lot of these troops. And a lot of these units are being replaced anyways. There are YW531s. So all antiquated equipment. So we're hoping that we can sucker a lot of these forces north. And basically engage them and hold them in the engagement zone for a while. Or keep pushing them back. Which looks like it's happening. So if we want a good laugh, we lost a flanker there. We're going to tell these guys all to push forward again. Aircraft are supporting. This should, by default, make the AI want to get more aggressive and bring more troops. Theoretically. Want to flank them there. Perfect. They took the bait. They tried to push and instead got overrun. Gonna move another infantry unit here to cut them off. You're gonna move forward. You're gonna move forward. You're gonna move. There we go. Now I figure we're gonna lose a lot of troops in this maneuver, but not too worried. The hope here is not actually, or the plan here, is not actually do anything sustained, right? No massive offensive. No shock and awe. Just a little offensive push. Is that a recon vehicle? Yeah, it is. That will actually show you just how strong Malaya is with a small force. Not even a large force. A small force. Move in like this and secure all these locations as quickly as we did. Most of our armor units are going to stay here in the middle. Our cheap infantry here in the north. We're still supporting East Pakistan. Whoop. This armor is going to move up with 2 things of infantry supporting. Some research breakthroughs for nursing care and naval fuel cells. West Germany's researching nuclear stuff, and we researched a anti-tank weapon. We lost some territory due to the lack of supply, which is no big deal. But here we want to keep this because they're going to keep pushing the road. My hopes. If they go off the road, they won't be as well supplied, we'll say. Yep. Centurion tank versus our light amphibious tanks. Centurion should win that battle hands down. But with the sheer amount of infantry support that we have, we shouldn't have a problem. Withdrew real quick. Tempted to bring up some artillery possibly as in support. But I'm kind of nervous to do that. I can't see a build up there. There's more units going that way. Oh, come on, you're supposed to help these guys. Why are you not? Well, at least if I went to war with the US, Panama would be able to cut that supply line to the Pacific off. Keep our eyes peeled out here because we don't want them to suddenly have a large naval force and land somewhere along our Baltic coast here. I'm not impressed right now with what's going on down here. I figured... Oh! Who are these guys? Who are you? Barbados. So infantry fighting vehicles. You've got 3 infantry fighting vehicles, and I think they're going to have some Italian troops coming in to help now. Another unit design. Missile launcher, kind of like a Scud. If I'm not saying they're going to break into our territory and drop troops off here. And we'll take a look to see what they are. Oh, they're tanks. What's the next one? Self-propelled gun. And mounted infantry. It looks like it's going to come straight to the front. If it's smart, it would wait for support. Well, it did. It's moved to a certain point and then stopped. Which is what we're probably going to see. A lot of these units are probably going to push up to a certain point. Hit and back up. Hit, get backed up. If we can take out these Italian units, kind of show them who's boss. They're going to try and... Oh, no, they're... Nope. I'm going to end up taking the city. Or taking the country. Us versus Barbados there. Not much of a worry. How many armored vehicles do we have here? We have way too many tanks there. We're going to send 1 tank and 1 anti-tank down there. Pull the pressure on these guys down here. I don't want to move artillery up because I'm worried if we get cut off or overrun, which is very possible, we could run into some issues. Now this is going to cause them a big problem in their the west coast. Now, if we wanted to force their navy, or even their support to land in certain spots, right here is the only naval base that troops can land at. There's only a barracks there, so we could theoretically push all the way down here, demolish the naval facility, and then pull up. Portuguese troops coming in. Saw an American unit there. Oh, they retook it. Nice. Okay, they're starting a big push here. We're going to withdraw our troops. First, these guys are going to withdraw. Once these guys have withdrawn, half of them are going to come back to here. Okay. You're going back. You're going back. You're pulling back. So basically this is more like just a hit and fade. And we'll withdraw back a little bit. Our supply lines are getting stronger. Our fighters are starting to hit them up now a little bit. Game's getting a little choppy again. What about gas? Where is this happening? You don't say where. We're not at war with anybody. We have a transit arrangement with with Turkey. Just trying to figure out why their ships were in our waters over there. We pull back. They capture all that stuff again. Okay, we're gonna pull back again. And then we're just going to hold up for a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Let them hit the units that we left garrisons in. Which is pretty much almost everything now. Come on. I want a garrison at every location between me and the border. Just so it'll harass them as they advance. Okay, let's pause. I'm actually going to tell everyone to withdraw now. Bring them up there. So now they're going to hit the garrison units, and it's going to tie them up a little bit. And they're also going to be getting hit by aircraft. Mali wants to buy fuel. Sure. We lost some garrison units. No big deal. Some ground fighting over here. Garrison units putting up quite the fight. Aircraft are coming in as well to help harass. They still don't have any more help. Italian troops are leaving. I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm thinking I might just want to take it. Just invade, get it over and done with, and kind of move on to our next objective here in the Pacific, which is going to be Japan. Japan is that little, hit the button here, little spot in our side that I want to get rid of. If I can get this here, we can then move on the Philippines because we'll also control this. And then sooner or later, we're going to have to try and make a move on British Hong Kong and the Portuguese here in Macau. What I'm thinking of doing is putting troops here, declaring war on Macau, and just marching right over it. At that point, we'll be at war with with Portugal. The only way they'll be in and out is this territory. It doesn't even have a dock. So what we'll probably do is actually declare war on the British instead, actually. And kind of sit back here and just let the fighting go. Because right now, like, they've got troops here. Oh, that's going to suck. Just Malaya's not getting any help. Like, it's as if they know. Like, they know there's going to be, what do we do here? We lost our flanker, that's no big deal. Some garrison units. We lost garrison. Oh, we lost another flanker. Refits to nuclear reactors. And our labor shortage is down to 2. Is up to 2.6. I say up because before it was actually 2.4. Is there any research that we can do? None at the moment. And our aircraft are just... That's another flanker. We're causing a lot of problems, at least. And yeah, well, maybe the Americans are... Oh, the French, too. Maybe finally they're getting the help that they need. Here we go. There's some armor. Canadian and American units. Well, maybe they're finally getting all that help they need. Well, they're getting in batches of like 4 or 5 units at a time. What I want to know is how many are going here? Are they going to land? Yes, they are. What do we have here? Well, okay, I missed that American unit completely. And that Canadian unit as well. Canadians brought in some Marine carriers. The American one, on the other hand, is missing. Looks like the Italian self-propelled gun is retreating. The Americans, or a motorized division. Someone's leaving. I think that's the Italians, but we'll see in a second. Yep. The French just drove right fucking past. Aircraft are causing a lot of problems. But I'm going to pause, and that is that for this episode. So, they're finally showing up-ish. There's some Barbados, some African country that I can't think of the name right now. Green and black lines. There were Kenyan units in there earlier. So it's that country? It is. Oh, and these guys are there. It's a nice African country helping out a nice Southeast Asian country. Oh, allies. There's 2 more there. Some more there. Holy crap. There's the Kenyan units. Or as Americans will put it, the Barack Obama regiment. Canadians are leaving already. They didn't even get engaged. They landed their troops and then turned around and went home. That's just like my nation. We're landing troops. We're going to help. But we're only going to help for a short period of time. We've lost a couple aircraft and some garrison units. No big deal. But yeah, that is going to be that for this episode. I'm contemplating just crushing Malaya for now. Then maybe trying to get involved with Britain. And maybe just dragging Britain down. Maybe if I get a little too aggressive, though, India, or Pakistan, might step in. I'm a little worried about that. But we'll think about that as time goes on. Anyways, until next time, see you guys on the battlefield. Bye-bye.